Thank you. I can play that all day. I'm still trying to figure out how to play it, actually.
Yeah.
Trying to manage on that one, you know, a whole bunch of techniques. Actually, I forgot to tell you, there's octaves in there. There's a chorus where it's just all about the left-hand vibrato. It just gets such a workout of trying to make sure you're in tune, playing the melody right, but you're just shaking the hell out of it to make it, give it that 60s kind of sound. And then, of course, I'm doing this whole thing here.
And become death.
Maybe Jerry Garcia did it maybe 30 years ago or something. For 5 seconds, I heard it, got in my brain like a virus, and I thought, I can do something with that.
And you did it way cooler.
About 25 years ago, I did a whole 16-track song.
I'm become death!
16 tracks.
Yeah.
You know that one, right?
Yeah.
And it's still a cool technique when you're looking for that one extra little thing for a creepy song, and it just seemed to work for that. I could start that melody out during the part of the progression where the chords are really strange, and then once the chords start to get a little bit more sympathetic to the groove, then I switch to that sort of R&B kind of bluesy guitar sound, and the whole thing kind of made sense to me right till we get to the solo, and then I thought, okay, I did all this, but now I've got to get a sound that sounds like it's broken, it's falling apart, something's burning up. And that's when I'm running these two things here. I got the saturator here giving me my main gain, and I've got this Dunlop pedal called the Octavio. And that thing sounds broken when you step on it by yourself, but it's really from another era when guys used to play through a couple of Marshall stacks all the way up, and the amp was given its own kind of stink, and this thing going into it would just sort of push it over the edge. But on its own, let me show you what it sounds like. Kind of sounds broken, when you first pull it out of the box. But its charm is when you put it into something that's already got what you think is the best sound you got. And then this thing comes along, and it changes the way that you play, because it's all about the dynamics coming from the guitar. In other words, the actual volume. And so if you're doing a blues line like, kind of thing like that, with these two guys in there, suddenly, the harder you hit it, the more the envelope opens up. And so you play with that sort of. And the solo, although it's, I guess it's blues, minor pentatonic, real Hendrixy like that, a lot is going on that's really just the dynamics. It's not really the left hand like you'd be thinking you're playing some other song like Flying in a Blue Dream, which is really all about the left hand and all the different modes that it's going through. That particular solo is all about the right hand and the dynamics, where you're hitting the strings, how much flesh is hitting the strings after you hit it with a pick. It's kind of interesting how that works. So now, but I want to flip it and go to something else that's really traditional. Every once in a while, I'm playing these tunes that really, in my mind, got started with like a swing band, during an era which I totally missed by a couple of decades, but I thought would have been really cool. My parents grew up in the jazz age, and they got to see great big bands, and so I grew up listening to this stuff. And this song, really, if you snap your fingers, it just sounds like a big band, but when you don't snap your fingers, you think it's like the Mahavishnu Orchestra or some sort of weird, I'm getting like weird type signature on you, but I'm not really, because at heart I'm just like a guy who likes to swing and put everything in the pocket, all right? Let me get this thing going.
Want to borrow my remote?
For some reason, I only gave myself 2 clicks, right? To get to the top, and I got to play this.
I got my Apple remote if you want.
I could use that right now.
You want to?
Put it right here.
I'm not kidding.
Octave right here gets a little bit of hiss, but I'm going to get this thing going.
You count off.